avoid this mistake as a teenage, as someone who is still searching for life partner. Okay, we will study this topic, and it is one of the interesting topic. And whatever I'm teaching you here, don't think that I'm personally advising you these things. Okay, these are most of the things which I have learned in different books, in different training program, and these are the most crucial. Okay, the most important things. These are some of the advice that your father, your mother should have given it to you. Okay, in case if they haven't given to you, this will be, you can take this advice for your lifetime. Okay, avoid this mistake. Don't search for perfect person. Try to be the perfect person to whomever you marry. This is my personal advice to you. Okay, this is not the thing which I read in book. Everybody, we are so eager to find the perfect person. Instead of trying to be the perfect person, we try to find Miss Right, Mr. Right. Okay, and we believe that if we married Mr. Right, Right, our marriage life will be very good. There will be no argument. Actually, that is a myth. Okay, that is false assumption. Even if you find your Mr. Right, Mr. Right, there will be a lot of argument. The same. But with Miss Right and Mr. Right, what will happen? There won't be divorce, okay, if they are the right person. Of course, divorce is a situational things, okay, according to how you deal one another. Even with the right person, you may be able. Yeah, it's a choice. You can always divorce anyone. You can always marry another person. It's a choice, but Miss Right and Mr. Right, what does it mean? That means that God is putting someone for you. That is what we believe as a Christian, right? For your husband, for your wife, God is already arranging one person for you. But that is a myth. The reality is this: God does not, you know, arrange one person, one single person for you, and let's say Miss Right and Mr. Right, one single person each. And God is not, the one who is, uh, of course, by knowing God already know whom you are going to marry, okay? But God doesn't force you to marry what He choose. Why? Because as a human being, we have a will that what God has given us, right? uh, the authority to decide to choose for ourselves. Of course, God has Miss Right, Mr. Right, but here what I want to talk about is here Mr. Right, Mistress Right. It doesn't mean that he is picking up one person for you. It is mostly like this: whomever born again from your uh, I mean, the girl who are already born again, the boy who is already born again, if they are born again, they are Miss Right and Mr. Right, okay? They are already. Among many Miss Right, you can choose any. God will not against you. Among many Mr. Right, those who are already born again, they are Mr. Right, okay? You can choose any. God will not against you. That is what the Bible says. In our previous videos, we have already discussed, right? But instead of what I'm trying to say here is, instead of trying very hard, spending your hard-earned money in trying to find out the right person, instead of that, you revise the strategy. Try to be the perfect person, whomever you are married. Focus on your tolerance. How tolerant are you? If you are impatient, if you are short-tempered person, practice yourself. In the future, I'm going to have girlfriend, I'm going to have wife, so let me practice tolerance. Prepare yourself, okay. In my future, I need to support my family, let me try to earn money, okay, this and that. Prepare yourself instead of totally avoiding yourself and trying to find the right person, or Miss Right or Mr. Right. Instead of trying to find the right person, prepare yourself, okay. Prepare yourself to whomever you are married. You will be able to adjust to whomever you are married. You will be the right person. Have that kind of mentality. In our society, it's some kind of competition. Even marriage, the budget becomes more and more light these days 2 lakhs is somehow the average. Some people will spend more than 5 lakhs for the single day, that is wedding day. And they thought that if they do a huge big program, they thought that their marriage is more secure, this and that. That is the false belief. No matter how much expenditure you make in your wedding, it doesn't guarantee your marriage, it doesn't guarantee your marriage. So instead of spending a lot of money, your hard earned money, into your wedding day, that is a single day, focus and invest more on the marriage, not on the wedding. That is what I'm trying to teach you. Buy a book, relationship book, okay? Marriage couple books. Buy a lot of book. Invest your money in book and start reading. Like if you are going to get married next year, the whole year you read relationship book, okay? About relationship, about husband and wife relationship. Read it, educate yourself, invest your time, your money, your energy, your resource on the permanent, that is marriage. Marriage is permanent, wedding is just a single day. So mm, instead of investing your money, your time, your energy on single day, invest on the lifetime, that is marriage. If you want your marriage to be happy, if you want your marriage to be good, you have to prepare yourself, read books, a lot of books, okay? A lot of books. And not only that, attend relationship training, just like this one. Through this training, relationship training, you begin to learn a lot of things. Am I right? Things to avoid. Now people say, why should I learn things before? You know, even if I learn, I will still face difficulties. They used to think in that way. So why learn things? Instead, I will just face it. That's their attitude. But the thing is, see, you are walking in a gold mine, If you are going to walk in a gold mine, it is very important to know where the gold mines are, You know. So in order for you, let's say you are going inside a big forest where you never go. In this situation, there is a very high chance that you will end up dying, that you will get lost in the forest. Not only that, you will not know where the waters are, where the rivers are, where the animals like uh, tigers, like where the harmful animals are. Okay, if you don't know all these things, like harmful plants, harmful trees, harmful animal, if you don't know all these things, there is a very high chance you will end up dying, you know but instead of try and error strategy, if you first learn about that forest, where is the river, how many kilometer the river, where is this kind of animal dens or animals live, or what kind of trees, what kind of fruit is eatable in this forest. If you learn before you enter that big forest, there is high chance that you will success. Of course, you will still have mistake, you will still be in difficulty, you will still have the thirsty, okay? You will still be tired because of walking long journey towards the river, towards your fruits, okay, getting your fruits. The tiredness, this and that will still happen, but the thing is, if you already learn the things whatever inside the forest, you will avoid so many mistakes, so many silly mistakes in your towards your forest, so if you learn now before you get married about relationship, about husband and wife, this and that, if you learn that now, you will be able to avoid a lot of mistake in your marriage life, a lot of silly mistake where you will argue like 2 3 hours. You will uh, save yourself from a lot of nightmare, you know what I mean. So I'm not talking about 100% your marriage will be perfect. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it if you learn before you get married, you will have a good relationship, there will be no argument. I'm not talking about that. There will be argument, but a little, okay, less argument. There will be misunderstanding, but a lesser misunderstand because you already learned all these things. So prepare yourself to be the perfect person instead of investing your money, your time, your energy, just trying to find a perfect person and avoiding yourself. Okay, and this is my strategy. I'm preparing myself for the perfect to be the perfect person for any person whom I find. Have that kind of mentality. Don't marry a person whom you can live with. Marry a person whom you can't live without you. Okay, so among two of you, there should be emotional bonding, good emotional bonding. Let's say if there can't be a good emotional bonding, don't marry. Okay, don't marry. There should be a good emotional bonding. Why? Because after you got married, everything will not be smooth. There'll be a time where your laugh tanky is empty. Even your partner, his or her laugh tanky will be empty sometime after some years. Even that time, get ready for that time. Are you still be able to live together in one house in one bed, even when your laugh tanky is finished? You know, can you still tolerate this person without this emotion, without this love? You have to think about that. And if you can say, okay, even if I don't have this emotional love, thank you with me, I can still able to live this with this person. If you can say that, marry with that person. If you don't, if you doubt that, don't marry. If you can't tolerate, okay, don't marry a person just because you pity him. If you pity a person, help him, not marry him. Okay, this is for especially for girls. Okay, women are very emotional beings, not logic. Of course, they are logic, but mostly comparing to men, they are emotional beings. So instead of taking decision from logic, they mostly take decision from their emotions, from their heart. So what they need is this. Even drugs addict, they used to have a good and beautiful wife. Why is the reason? Because those drugs addict, they are able to manipulate the woman. Okay, even if it is needed crying, they will just cry in front of the person whom they like. And when the men cry and begs for their love, women feel that echo, and they feel nice, and they give a chance to those drugs addicts, and it it turns up. Okay, at first time, no woman likes drugs addict. Okay, no woman like drugs addicts, but as they keep on talking and discussing for months and months, finally they fall into the trap, and they end up marrying the drugs addict person. Why is that? Because they pity the person, they pity the men who are drugs addict, because they can cry, they can fake their emotion. Okay, they are very pitiful. Of course, drugs addicts are very pitiful. But this is my advice to you. If you are a woman, if you pity a man, help him. Don't marry, okay? Maybe one time, two time, help him, okay? Don't marry. Don't open your heart to them, okay? That is my advice to you. Even for men, even for men, the same thing. If you find pity a woman, help her. Don't end up marrying. Don't end up in relationship, okay? Marriage is not missionary work. Don't marry a person hoping that she or he will save through you. This is a wrong assumption, okay? Thinking that after marriage, I will be able to let my husband or my wife got salvation. And that is a very risky thing. And God never said that you can marry any person and after that walk in your marriage. God never said that. What God says is marry one who is already born again. Okay, already born again, already saved. Maybe he is from other tribe, from other state. No problem. There is no restriction regarding about that. But the person whom you are going to get married should be born again. You got it right. They have to be born again. And marriage is not missionary work. Let's say you think that you will be able to make your husband a better person. Let's say you assume that your husband can be born again through you, and you got married. And after 10 years, if he is still not born again, what will happen? After 20 years throughout your life, there is no guarantee that one person will be born again, will got saved through Jesus Christ. There is no guarantee, you know. It is the work of spirit, you know. That is why there is no guarantee. So whatever effort you want to give it before marriage. Give it before marriage. Got it right. Don't rush in marriage. 6 month minimum in dating. Some pastor they say to me, because I researched this topic. Okay, I happen to talk to a lot of pastor. So one pastor he said to me, 3 months is enough, but I don't think 3 months is enough. 3 months is a little too short. Of course, that pastor he's trying to avoid sin. He's trying to avoid bad things. Okay, in relationship, but according to what I learned in Christian way of dating, I really accept that 6 to 12 months, minimum 6 months, maximum 12 months. That is within 1 year, marriage should happen. If it is more than 1 year, because of that physical fleshly desire, both the parties can get into, bad things. That is why they should not fall in love too long, you know. If it is possible, they should get married between 6 to 12 months. That is what they say. And don't be rushed in marriage, as I told you before. If your partner become more and more toxic and he cannot correct himself, or he doesn't want to meet counselor, leave him. No matter how many months you fall in love, no matter how much investment you already put, leave him, leave her. Okay, you got what I mean? Don't rush in marriage. If it is the wrong person, why you should stay? If it is 3 months and you recognize this is the wrong person, get out. As soon as you think this is the wrong person, you have to get it out, you know. But as you are so short tempered because of your shortcoming, don't leave the relationship again. Okay, it should not be because of your shortcoming, because of your weakness. It should be the other person. You have to really see about it. You also have to check yourself. Can you be able to tolerate, even if all my emotions gone, can I still be with this person throughout my life? You have to uh, ask yourself this question. Okay, don't rush in marriage. There is a saying, uh, there's a saying, instead of marrying, being a single throughout lifetime is a better choice, you know, a better choice being single. But as I already say, don't have this kind of fictional things like your husband, your wife will be 100% perfect for you. Okay, and perfect means there will be no argument, no choir, this and that. If you think in that way, you will never marry any person. No human being is perfect. Even you yourself, you are not perfect. You have your shortcoming, you have your weakness, even your partner have that. And like I already said in the previous video, be able to understand the difference between toxic and weakness. Weakness go you can understand, you have to accept. When it's become toxic, toxic is what? When it is repeatedly, with intentionally hurting you, you know, that is toxic. Like repeatedly saying the same thing, knowing that you are being hurt when he or she use that kind of word, knowing that you are being hurt when that person is touching this and doing this and that things to you. He knows that you are being hurt, but he intentionally continue to do that things, that is toxic things, continuously hurting you. On the other hand, weakness is what? Sometimes we can fall into argument, you know. That time weakness will appear. That is something normal. Okay, that is something unintentional, let's say during angry. So when it is toxic, even when you are not angry, you will keep on using the same thing. So these are toxic things. Better to be single than marrying the wrong person for a lifetime. So what the Proverbs says, instead of marrying the wrong person, it is better to live at the corner of the house, you know, not at here, lower at the upper, what is it's called in English, at the corner, at the roof corner of the house. It is better to live. Just imagine you are living your life, your entire life, living here at the roof of your house, at the corner roof of your house. Just imagine how difficult that will be, living at the roof of your house, right? But the thing is, Bible say it is better to live in that way, to be single instead of marrying the wrong person. Bible already uh, warn us about marrying the wrong person. Okay, so if your is the already born again, I believe God is already allowing you, but you still have to uh, see all the other things, like is he or she helper for you, how much common do you have. Of course everything cannot be common. Okay, is he or she have good life principles, is he or she is a hardworking person, committed in his work. Okay, all this you have to see. And um, after seeing all this, and can you adjust yourself, that also very important things. Two person from different background, from different family, from different culture, let's say if it is different, two person coming together will absolutely have a lot of misunderstanding, will absolutely have a lot of mm, struggle, that is common. The first 3 months, it is common. If you don't understand one another, if there is a few uh, a few this and that things happening the first few months, that is common. But even after all these things, even after 6 months, you still argue like you have not known the other person. These things, if it is continues to happen in a longer period of time, that is not normal again. If it is happening like the first 3 months, 4 months, that is normal, because he or she have different experience than you, different brought ups, different family, different experiences. So in order to understand, there will be a lot of things that you have to adjust one another. So can you adjust yourself? How much have you adjust? How much have you sacrificed? Even the other person, how much she has sacrificed, how much she has adjust herself. Both of you, if you uh, adjust yourself and move on, that is a good sign. Okay, green flag. But you can't adjust, you don't adjust yourself to make this relationship better, and she don't want to adjust herself. you know if both of you don't want to adjust yourself, that means there will be argument, and in that scenario, your relationship become toxic. That is the time you have to leave the relationship. Got it right? So when the relationship becomes toxic and you don't want to leave your relationship, what can you do? There is only one option. You have to go relationship counseling, both of you. Okay, both of you, don't think yourself like you have no wrong and it is all the fault of your partner. If you think like that, you are thinking it wrong. When the relationship become toxic, it involves two person, that it is two person now. So not just your partner, you yourself should go to the relationship counseling. Ask your partner to go for relationship counseling, and if he or she doesn't want to go, you go first. 2 3 session, like 1 month, you go first for that relationship counseling. You go first and ask your partner to go relationship counseling. After you go counseling, let's say like 1 month 2 month, and you already finish the complete session, and still on that time, if your partner don't want to go relationship counseling, that time you can leave him, because you already try and you already improve yourself by going in relationship counseling. You already go and you already change yourself to become a better person. But if your partner don't want to go to relationship counseling to improve your relationship, that means that person is not the right person for you, because he's not wanting to improve himself. He is not wanting to change himself. While you already give the effort, like going to the counseling, you already give your effort, you already make adjustment. Okay, but he or she, your partner, don't want to go to the relationship counseling, that is the time you should leave him. Okay, this is the right decision. When you are in toxic, it is very hard to leave the relationship, because you have give your tears, you have already give your energy, your finance, your money, your effort. You have already give a lot of effort in your relationship, and you get stuck. And it's very hard to get away from something that you give so many things, that you sacrifice so many things, it's very hard to get away. So if you try to get out from that relationship suddenly, that will be very hard thing to do. So this is the step. You first go to the relationship counseling, and if there is no person who can give you relationship counseling, you can contact me. Okay, we can also do phone counseling, that's no problem. So first go to the counselor, and after going 1 2 month counseling, you will be emotionally healed. And after you heal, it won't be that much difficult for you to go away from this person, from this toxic relationship. You got what I mean? So you get first healed. And even if this toxic person, your partner, if he is willing to go relationship counseling, that's good. That's a good sign. If you goes counseling, if both of you go counseling, your mind, your thinking process, your mindset will slowly change. Your habits, your toxic words, your toxic behavior will reduce. It will be reduced, and you can both live, happily. After this relationship counseling, you can continue your relationship in a healthy way, and that's a good sign if both of you want to go relationship counseling. If both of you don't want to go, that's not a good sign. Okay, you have to leave them. Invest more for marriage life than one day wedding. I already talked about this in our first few minutes of this video, so I'll not talk about here. So these things you have to really consider it, go through this once again, and if there is anything that you are not agreeing, you can personally ask me why these things uh, you okay, you can argue with me, no problem. I mean, you can stand your ground and we can discuss. Okay, why I say these things to you. So thank you so much once again for attending this session, and in the next session we are going to discuss about premarital counseling, what we should do, what we should know before before what, before marrying. Okay. Okay, thank you so much once again.